Hi there, Third Space Cycling here this morning, and today we're looking at something that I think affects cyclists, which is the fluidity of movement on the roads. We get a bad rap for jumping traffic lights and weaving in and out of traffic, but I think there's a reason for this beyond just people desperately trying to get where they want faster than perhaps they possibly should, and that's that being a cyclist, one thing that you want to do is to keep momentum. You want your feet to keep going round once you've started cycling and not stopping every 5 minutes. And I think that the way traffic light systems are designed, and traffic lights in London are designed, that this makes it more difficult than possibly it should be. So I'm going off to do a traffic light investigation into central London. I'll speak to you in a bit. This is the first set of traffic lights on my journey into town. It's actually at one of the most dangerous junctions, probably one of the most dangerous stretches of road I actually encounter in the whole of London. It's about 5 minutes from my house. It's a crossroads here, two side roads, and then you've got a pedestrian crossing, and then there's a bus stop on either side of the road, heading west and east. And what happens is that cars stop for the pedestrian crossing, and then people from the side road pull out when it's not there right away, and people running for the bus cross the road in front of the bus, and it just gets totally snarled up. And I've had an accident down here. I've seen there was a man killed down here not so long ago, another man knocked over, and it's just such a dangerous position to be in. So that's traffic light set number 1 on my trip into London. We'll go and find some more. Now I understand that obviously not all of them you're going to have to stop at all the time. Some are pedestrian crossings, obviously some are major junctions, but one every 250 metres is not the sort of stopping rate that you want as a cyclist. And I think this is one of the reasons that people never think about as to why cyclists jump red light, push red lights, anticipate red lights by looking at orange lights at the other corner of the junction from the other line of moving traffic. And it seems silly that no one's thought about this before, that actually you don't want to keep stopping as a cyclist. If you look at accident statistics, so many occur at junctions or at points where you're stopping, slowing down or starting up again, not just as a cyclist, as a motorist as well. So you want to avoid those situations, so stopping when you're at your least stable. The bicycle is only stable when it's moving, really. That's its most safe mode, is forward momentum, and stopping and slowing down and starting again in heavy traffic is the worst that you can do. So perhaps rather than going on about cycle lanes a lot of the time, actually what's already there just needs thinking about a bit more. And the number of traffic lights and the number of times that you have to stop as a cyclist, never mind times when traffic's heavy and obviously you have to slow down and stop, just because of the sheer weight of traffic, but where you have to stop and there's not really any reason to stop. And that is pretty much most of the time when cyclists are jumping red lights. I know there's some people who will jump a red light at the drop of a hat, the same as some people will drive a car at 110 miles an hour on the motorway and not think anything of it. You know, that's going to happen. You're not going to stop everybody. You can't make everybody do what you want all of the time, but they're the exceptions that prove the rules, or there should be. So maybe we could have some thoughts about how we could address the situations that we find, rather than castigating people for doing what they do, i.e. jumping red lights, pushing red lights, moving to the front of the lane of traffic as a cyclist. Maybe we can work out a way that actually everybody benefits from it, motorists, pedestrians and cyclists alike, and everyone gets a freer and easier sense of movement on the road, more fluidity. Cycling it felt like there was a third space that cycling occupies, and it's not very well catered for a lot of the time, and that's not just to our detriment as cyclists, it's to the detriment of everybody else that uses the road. I hope you enjoyed that fact-finding mission into the traffic lights of London. I didn't actually head into central London, Soho, Oxford Street, where the concentration of lights is even greater. I'm confident that if I went perhaps just 2 miles further, it would actually adjust the figures to demonstrate what I'm saying even better than was already been shown with my 41. So once again, make up your own minds. Please comment on the videos. Please come back to Third Space Cycling, and I wish you all the very best.
Still can't score 2 shots. Still can't score 2 shots.